Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. Today is sort of an impromptu fun video because I have just received a box in the mail that I was not expecting. But it's from one of my lovely viewers and very generous soul who has gifted me and sent me decks in the past before. And this person also lives in my same state, albeit a few hours away in a different city. So I have no idea what's in this box. So if you'd like to be surprised with me, stick around and we'll get this box opened. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to move the box to the side and we're just going to pull things out one by one. I think will be the best method. So I am going to move this aside. All right, so I have the box beside me and I'm just going to be pulling things out pretty much in the order that they're packed. Just a disclaimer here, I am in the midst of COVID. I am getting through it, so if my voice gives out, I apologize if it cracks. We'll see how it goes, okay? All right, so first out of the box is this package here. And this person neatly wrapped all the decks in some other bags and packaging, so it was all wrapped with care, and it's so wonderful. Oh my goodness. This is kind of a fun activity to do when you're not feeling your best. But, oh wow, look at this. This is the Fantastic Menagerie Tarot by Baba Studios. This is the first edition. Now, if you saw my little short I did a little while ago, a few weeks ago, I have recently gotten the newer edition, which it took quite a while for me to get it because they kept running out and then it came back and they ran out of wood boxes and I had to wait quite a while for it. But this is a deck that has eluded me. It's always been on my wish list since I found out about it. I think I first found out about this deck on Katie Flower's channel. So I have here the newer edition or second edition of the Fantastic Menagerie Tarot. And you see that instead of the tuck box, I have this wood box. Now, when the initial second edition came out, it was in the standard clamshell kind of cardboard box or chipboard box. And when I was ready to order it initially, they had run out. It came back again in that edition, in that iteration, they ran out. And then they said they ran out of boxes, but they still had decks. And that's how the wood box came to be. So I was very happy. Sometimes when things don't go quite your way, it ends up working out for the best. But yes, it's now in this beautiful wood box. Okay, let's look at the differences. Now, I will tell you right off the bat that the original, which is right here, is on thinner, much thinner cardstock. The size is pretty much the same. Maybe they used a different corner rounder because I see an edge sticking out. It looks like the original has a deeper or darker color saturation, whereas the newer one is a little bit using brighter colors. And of course, the biggest difference is the backs. You can see, of course, I obviously prefer the newer edition backs better. And then you've got the gold stamping or gold foil. Can you see that? I don't know if my Yeah, I think it's picking it up a little bit. Of the second edition, you get that little spiff. So I don't know if any of the images have been changed per se. If you'd like me to do a side-by-side, maybe a quick little side-by-side musical flip through of the two decks, you know, just to see if the images have changed, I'll do that. But yeah, I think it's wonderful. It's going to be really fun to go through the images side by side to see what has changed. Yes, this cardstock feels a lot thinner, but very, well, this deck is still in order, so I can feel that it has not been used. It's a sturdy cardstock, even though it does feel thinner than the newer. Very, very interesting. Let's take a look. Yeah, they seem, you know, equally easy to shuffle. But when you hold a card up side by side and you just kind of bend it, this feels a lot, the original feels a lot thinner. And the newer version seems like it has that nice sturdy core in the center, where this one does not. It feels like it might be more easily, you know, if you bend it or bend a corner, you know, there's not going to be as much snap back, but I could be wrong. You know, I'm going to be having a lot of fun working with this one and going side by side and just going through and seeing if there are any differences. I am really, really excited to have this edition of the Fantastic Menagerie. I'm very, very excited. Okay, let's move on to the next deck. All right, let's see what's in this package. We've got a nice satin bag. Oh. Oh, wow. Tarot of the Tailors, and it's got this vintage image of a woman at her sewing machine. And oh my gosh, I love this. I don't even want to take this apart. It's so beautiful. Tarot of the Tailors, a divination device designed by Marie Cooley and Payne Fifield. Copyright 2002, Fitting Room Press. Oh, wow. Now, from the feel of it, it feels like it may be a majors only deck. I don't even want to take this apart, you guys. Let's see. It's done up so nicely, but I'm also very, very, very curious. So let's see. I love the image, and I don't know, this feels like a heavy paper or canvas. Now, I remember my grandmother had one of these machines with the treadles. Yeah, I used to be afraid of it. This is really nice, heavy paper, you guys. This hasn't even been opened. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to take the sleeve off without ripping it. Oh. So we've got a book, a pamphlet. It looks like, instead of tarot, this is going to be more of like a fortune-telling deck. Oh, this is too fun. These are the backs. Now this feels like a heavy laminated cardstock. Oh, wow. The tulle, the expensive thread, perfect trim. This is so up my alley. The seamstress friend, the period shoe, the heirloom reticule, the insidious device. Now, you know, I've heard from people, you know, historic costumers like Abby Cox. If you don't know Abby Cox, please follow her channel. If you're remotely interested about history and historical clothing, but if you wear a good corset that's made for you, I hear say that they're not that bad as, you know, some of the actors and actresses say when they're interviewed after doing a period drama, you know, oh, I wanted to faint, I couldn't eat, and blah, 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 blah. Probably because the corsets weren't made well to the standards of the period. I'm sorry, can you hear Simon? He's barking. The missing button, the vintage fan, imported fabric, the historical epic, swashbuckling epic, the fabulous scissors, the bent pin. Yes, I have a lot of those and I still use them. I tried to straighten them out. The impossible pattern. Oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. The petite parasol, the ornamental spouse, the instant mend. Yes. The curious implement. Do you know what this is? I have a couple of these. These are tracing for me. I use tracing paper to put in little notches and markings from the pattern to put it on the fabric so I know where a button goes and certain things like that. I have a couple of these. The historical costumer, the stylish chapeau. Oh, the horrible bride. She looks quite lovely to me. The retractable tape. I actually don't have any retractable tape measures. And a nothing card and a blank card. This is fantastic. And I have a lot of tarot decks and oracle decks that I can already see using this deck with. So let's see. Let's just look at the book and see what it says. Let's not go for an obvious one. Let's see what it says. Okay, about the insidious device. Okay, so if you pull this card, it says, first things first, if you build on a good foundation, all will go well. Right side up, this card lets us know we are on the right track. Upside down, take a step back and see if you've forgotten something or have gotten ahead of yourself. Interesting. Now, this is a foundational garment back in the day, you know, for giving you a certain shape. And corsets had changed over time depending on the desired shape, you know. Some you had for making the really small waist, and then during, was it Edwardian times, you had the corsets that pushed the full like pigeon breast silhouette. So it really depended. But yeah, I could see that. This is really great. I am this is just a wonderful, wonderful gift. I'm really, really excited about this. Very, very excited. Let me know in the comments below if you were aware of this deck. It seems like it's been around for a while, and this person has not used it and has graciously sent it off to me, and I am going to have fun playing with this, very much so. All right, next out of the box, we have, oh my goodness, the Ellis deck. This has been on my wish list forever. Forever. This is the 3rd edition. I think there are 5 editions of this deck. And if I remember correctly, let me know in the comments below. The 3rd edition came in a regular edition, which I think is what I have here in this tuck box. It also came in a more deluxe plastic cardstock. I think mine is this one. Oh, and it's signed. I think it is, this one is the regular. Yeah, this doesn't feel like plastic cardstock, but let me know in the comments below if you know. This deck has been on my wish list forever, 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 forever. It's a title card. This deck is so full of life and quirky characters and full of color, and I am, you know, we have these long wish lists, and some of them, some of the decks move to the top, some of them move to the, you know, they get moved lower on the list because there's so many things coming out. But this is a classic deck that I know is just loved by so many people. And I love this Vexter style art. Oh, wow. Now I don't have to get it because now I have it. I know the backs have changed. I don't know if the images themselves have changed through the different editions. Cardstock, I know there was it the 4th edition that came in the really big card size? And now I think it comes in a 2-piece box with some gold edging, and it's borderless, which it kind of attracts me to the 5th edition. But the cardstock feels wonderful in this. So, you know, I don't know if I really feel like I need to get the 5th edition because, you know, the borders are not, you know, obtrusive. They're fine. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, I am so, so excited and grateful. Oh, wow. All right. Well, this video is already getting too long, so I'm going to have to move on, and let's see what other goodies are in the box. Next, we have a deck that hasn't even been unwrapped, and I'm totally unfamiliar with it. It is the Tarot of the Unknown. It looks like it's a little, okay. Yeah, it's a pocket edition. The incredibly popular Tarot of the Unknown deck is now available in pocket form. I know nothing about this deck, you guys, and I apologize if you can hear Simon barking. This is what I enjoy about getting, I've gotten, you know, a couple boxes from this person. They have unique tastes in decks, and often I've gotten decks that are just, have completely been not on my radar. And some of the decks have not really been like the aesthetic I gravitate to, but they've become well-loved decks in my library / collection. The box is so cute. It's laminated. This is a great little size. Let's see. Okay, so instead of a guidebook, we've got, yeah, cards with the meanings. And these, oh wow, look at the backs. I don't really have like a Halloween-y type deck, you know, or a specific deck. I use my old vintage decks, you know, around Samhain and Halloween, but I don't really have like a Halloween deck. And look at how beautiful this is, gilded. It is a glossy cardstock. It's the cutest little size. Oh my goodness. I know nothing about this deck. I'm gonna have to do some research on it, but we'll just do, oh wow. It looks like some of these cards have been renamed. Oh, so it was a Kickstarter in 2019. Let me know if there's a full size of this deck still available, or if you can only get it maybe in this pocket edition. Empress Marguerite. Now, okay, so this is inspired by the Rider-Waite tarot deck and Over the Garden Wall. So I'm not familiar with Over the Garden Wall, so I'm seeing that it has some characters here that I'm not going to be familiar with. Adelaide, the Hierophant. I don't know who Adelaide is, so I'm going to have to do some research on this. But it does follow, I mean, you don't really need to know the characters because it looks like it very closely follows the RWS system. Well, sort of. Yeah. This is really, really fun though, because I do love the cute and the whimsical. Oh, Lorna as the death card. So yeah, I'm really gonna have to do my research, and maybe some of these will make more sense. But I do love the world that these characters are inhabiting, all within the RWS system. Jason Funderburker. This is really, really interesting. Okay, this is so cute. So cute. I love the size of it. It's a great little deck. And again, something totally off my radar. I know some of you who are familiar with this deck will go, what rock have you been under? But yeah, I am so, so grateful. This is going to be a lot of fun researching this deck. Okay, but we have more. Next, we have the Self-Love Tarot. I don't know if I've heard of this. Beautiful, beautiful box. The tuck box is really, really thick and sturdy. Oh, oh. Okay, so this is a first edition from 2021. So, okay, you're gonna have to let me know in the comments below what you know about this deck. It's another one that I'm going to have to research. Now, is there a game associated with this too? I think there is. Yes, tarot is a game. All right, so on the back, it goes over a point system, but this is really, really intriguing. Look at those beautiful backs. Again, this is the same cardstock as the previous deck. Slight glossy. It's not, is this edged? Or is this just kind of the bleed through from the cards themselves? It looks a little bit rainbowy, very, very nice. The card size is smaller than standard tarot size. This is I think a first edition of the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot, which I was also given by the same person a year ago, I believe. But yes, this is a little bit, it's the same width, but it's a little bit shorter. I like this size tarot size card. It's a little bit shorter because, you know, my hands are short. Wow. Now, this kind of reminds me, even though I don't have it, maybe following the same vein or theme of the Gentle Tarot, though I know that has more of a naturey Pacific Northwest vibe, but it looks like it follows a central character, kind of like the Moon Void Tarot. Am I thinking of the right one? Very, very interesting. I love the colors. Again, a deck that I was completely unaware of. This deck has not been used because I can feel the cards are sticking a little bit together, you know, when they're new. So it does follow a central character. Oh, wow. It looks like it's watercolor art. Let's get into the, get into the minors and see if they're fully illustrated. It looks a little bit pippish. Yeah, a little bit on the pippish side and somewhat illustrated. Wow. So these are, the quartz are princess, knight, queen. Very, very interesting. Really, really pretty cards. Really, really pretty. Let me know if you have this deck and what your experience working with this deck is. I don't think I've seen a walkthrough. I really can tell you I don't think I'm aware of this existence of this deck. Yeah, let me know. How does this read for you? Oh, wow. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I do love the colors. I love the card size. Yeah, this is going to be fun working with this. And again, leave in the comments below what your experience with this deck is. Okay, I want to spend more time with it, but we've got others. This video is already going to be too long. What we have next looks like a vintage deck. Tarot de Pumariga. And I can't read the creator, Carlos, maybe something, Pumariga. Oh yeah, it's in Spanish. And it looks like this copyright is 1990. Okay, you know I like to find a vintage deck. It does come with a little white book. Instrucciones en inglés, español, francés. So French, Spanish, English. And it's a chunky little pull-out, you know, kind of like Los Scarabeo style. These are the backs. Oh, wow. I can read Spanish, but this writing on here is so super small. I need a magnifying glass. Oh, this is really interesting. Okay, this kind of gives me vibes of the Fournier decks that I have, the Tarot de Luz and the Tarot de Carlotides. And those are Spanish decks, and this has very much the same vibe. Nice cardstock. Very nice cardstock. Kind of like a vintage US Games cardstock. Very abstract, kind of also kind of this one reminded me of, you know, Picasso artwork, you know. Very, very interesting. Oh, wow. Let me know if you have this deck, if you have had it in your collection before, if you've worked with it, and let me know how it reads for you. This is fantastic. Very, very different. And in a way, kind of more abstract than anything else I have, I think. It looks like it's a pip deck, as you can see here. Very cool. And again, I like this size, you know, it's smaller than standard tarot. I really like this size deck for my small hands. So this is a great discovery. Yeah. Something, again, not in my wheelhouse, not on my radar. But sometimes those are the things that turn out to be great treasures. Oh, and you know what's really funny? This is a Fournier deck. No wonder it reminds me of my Tarot de Luz and my Tarot de Carlotides. Absolutely reminds me of those two decks, obviously. And that is the Tarot de Pumariga. Next, we have a deck that I know I've heard about before and I may have seen, but it was, again, it's something usually not in my wheelhouse, and this is the Joe Sparrow Tarot. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And you can see these are the backs. I don't know how long this deck has been around, but yes, you can see more oracle size as opposed to standard tarot size. Okay, this is very, very whimsical. I don't know if there's any lore behind this or if Joe Sparrow is a illustrator. That's, yes, I know, I'm totally not cool. So let me know in the description box below or the comment box below what you know about this deck. So there's no titles on there. It's just the Roman numerals here. And let's get to the, oh, wow. That's cute. Very, very cute. So now we're gonna go into the minors. So there are absolutely no titles on here. But you've got the number and a suit. So theoretically, yeah, 5 of Wands. Very sort of cartoon, kind of animation. Very, very interesting. Not normally a deck I would gravitate towards, but very, very fun. And you just never know, you know? You have to try working with some of these decks to see if they will work for you. But let me know if you have this deck and what your experience working with it has been. Okay, next we have this little satin bag, and inside we have, oh my gosh, the Minute Tarot deck. And this is by Tish Hollister. Funny story, I not that long ago rehomed my copy of this deck with the matching Lenormand. So I guess I meant to have this deck, and now I'm sorry that I got rid of my Lenormand. If you don't know, this deck is now out of print. Yeah, you can't get it anymore unless you can find it on eBay or a buy-sell trade group. But the story is that the artist wanted to challenge herself to make a tarot card within, 5 minutes using just Sharpie markers, and she was very, very successful. I do have a full walkthrough of this deck on my channel because I think I got it pretty early on in my tarot journey, and I used it for a while, and I just felt it wasn't getting as much love as, it should be, and I passed it on. But I think, maybe I'm meant to have it because, truth be told, I have missed, and there's just the slightest tinge of regret of after I rehomed it, but not a lot. So this is very funny. And now I wish I had my matching Lenormand deck, which I know I'm never going to get back because it's very hard to find. I think there was less printings of the Lenormand deck than there were of the tarot deck. I think there's a couple editions of this, and let me see, I can't remember. I had the most current edition. Yeah, I think I had this edition, the 2020 edition. So yes, I'm going to obviously hold on to this because it's been a wonderful, wonderful gift. And I just love the size of it, though. Don't you love it? Poker, bridge style, pocket size stack. Those are always nice to have. Easily portable. Yeah. What a great surprise. Now we have something in this little gold package here. And, oh, I think I have heard of this deck, and I have seen it. Outgrow Yourself, Oracle and Tarot. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember whose channel I just saw this on. It's unopened and unused. Is this another deck that follows a central character? I don't know. Okay, so it's in a tuck box, and it looks like there's two. So an oracle deck and a tarot deck in one. This is really interesting. All right, so the Fool, the Magician. It does look like it. Oh, look at the Empress. This is one of those very confronting, raw decks. Usually not the type, of artwork that I gravitate to, but very, very impactful. Now I want to see going into the, so is this more Thoth related? Is that where I've seen it? I know Dawn Michelle and Lisa Pappas have been doing some Thoth videos, and I've been watching some of them, and maybe this is where I've seen it. Is it a Thoth based deck? Because it has the Eon here. And okay, so there are like a caption and keywords with, okay, Ace of Cups. And then is this supposed to be the Two of Cups? And this is supposed to be the Three of Cups? I don't know. This, yeah, because this doesn't seem to follow RWS. You know, just a standard RWS deck. Now let's see if, does it go in? Okay, so here we go into the, yeah, Princess, Prince, Queen. So you get an ace, but you don't really see what the other cards are. This is really interesting because this is giving me vibes of Hamlet. Here, don't invite everyone to your castle. Very, very interesting. Okay, now I'm thinking that's where I've seen this deck, because it is more of a Thoth-based deck. Let me know if you have that, if you have this deck and if you've been working with it, because it just does not follow, yeah, a standard RWS. I do have a couple of Thoth decks. Well, I have the OG Thoth, and I have, is it the, oh, I'm blanking on it now. Sorry, COVID brain. This is very raw, and it's something very unexpected, and really out of my comfort zone and out of my wheelhouse. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have a place. I am very, very intrigued by this deck. So yeah, let me know. I'm gonna be researching this deck again. I know I've seen it. Yeah, it's making me a bit uncomfortable a little bit. I don't know why, but it is. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So it's definitely a deck I'm going to have to sit with and research. But wow, what an impactful deck. I am going to have to, yeah, sit with this deck. I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. I think at this point in my tarot journey, it's something that's way above where I am. It's not a deck. It's something I would like to hold on to for when I get to a certain point, or maybe something will happen in my life that'll just flip a switch in my brain and say, yes, I can work with this deck. Yeah, because right now it's kind of not where I'm at, but I'm very, very intrigued by it. Yeah, I want to know your experiences if you've worked with this deck. Leave it down in the comment section below. I just want to add that the reason I'm feeling this way, it's so apt because the deck is titled Outgrow Yourself. So this is something, yeah, that I definitely need to hold on to, because it is giving me kind of these not so comfortable feelings, and maybe it's what I need. I'm not ready to work with it right now, but yeah, definitely something that I really need to hold on to. So yes, I could see working with this with my Valita Woods Oracle and Tarot decks. For some reason that's coming into mind. Maybe working with all 3 decks together. That might be a way to ease into working with this deck. For some reason that's just coming into my head. So yeah, this one, definitely a very powerful deck. So I hope you enjoyed unboxing all these wonderful decks with me. I have to publicly thank the sender of these decks. I am just overwhelmed with gratitude. Never fails that this person sends me decks that are, you know, completely not in my wheelhouse, you know, typically not my general aesthetic. But there have been decks that this person has sent that have become very well loved and very well used decks in my collection library. With the exception, yeah, this Fantastic Menagerie is totally in my wheelhouse. And the Ellis deck was something that's been on my wish list for ever and ever and ever, and I've had some nice surprises here and some decks here that I think will grow as I grow, definitely that I can use throughout my tarot journey, and tools that'll help nudge me, help me stretch myself, you know, and get out of my, you know, comfort zone a little bit. So I want to hear all your comments below. Let me know your experiences working with any of these decks, especially the ones I'm not familiar with. Yeah, and I thank you for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting a like, a subscribe, leaving a comment below, all of which helps this very small channel to grow. And with that, I will leave you to get on with your beautiful day. Bye for now.